And then if she goes again, go ahead and go straight, pink. And you can see that's a completely different angle that she has to cut in. Okay. In this video, we're going to be showing vector cutting, or basically working on different angles of cutting. It's something that we like to utilize a lot, especially in the mid to late stages of ACL rehab. Again, just getting them comfortable cutting at different angles. And this is a nice exercise, nice and easy exercise to sort of incorporate that. I'm going to be showing a progression, the baseline, and then showing a progression off of that. And you'll sort of understand what I'm saying as far as like different angles goes. So for this first example, we're going to only utilizing this first row of cones. We'll utilize the second one into the back, and Grace is going to be demonstrating the exercise for us, okay? So Grace is going to set up right there. Again, ignore the cones in the back. So basically, as you can tell, there are 3 different levels of cones. All Grace really does is to run straight, and on my command, I'm going to call out green, orange, or pink, and she has to cut and change directions to that cone. And the way this works is I can literally call a color at any point. So if she's, and again, ideally you have more space in this so she can get up to higher speeds. Again, this is where understanding speed, intensity, and all that kind of stuff is going to make a difference. If they're in the really late stages, you want to make sure they're moving as fast as possible, sprinting, really working on that full speed change direction. But obviously, given space-wise, we're not going to be able to get to that point. So again, for this, I could call out a color at any single point in time. For example, we're just going to jog it through at first. So Grace is jogging, go ahead and Grace, and then orange. So that's a straight 9-degree cut right there, right? So go ahead and reset Grace. And then if she goes again, go ahead and go straight, pink. And you can see that's a completely different angle that she has to cut in, okay? So again, based on the timing of when you decide to call the color, that's gonna automatically change the angle that she's gonna cut at, okay? We'll go one more, okay? Go, green, good. And just like that, she had 3 completely different angles. Again, people have different viewpoints based on the angles, but first one was straight 9 degrees, and this one you can call it 135, right? And then this last one that we just did to the green cone was 45. But again, you can change everything completely. If she goes here and I call it late, and let's say I call here to a green, that's gonna be orange, it's gonna be slightly less than 135 degrees. And that's where, again, you can really make a lot of this exercise of just working on a lot of different angles. So the progression of that is essentially to have 2 rows, because in this example, she knew, yes, it was random, but she knew she was always cutting to the right, okay? So a progression off of that is essentially to add 2 rows of coloring. Now she has no idea if she's gonna cut left or right. Again, ideally you have more space in this, but given this, for demonstration purposes, we're not gonna have that much space. So Grace is gonna start off strictly in the middle. Now it's, again, there's so much more stimulus now. There's 6 different colors that she has to really think about, obviously different angles. So there's also a neuro component to this, because now she has to sort of memorize where the colors are, right? Yes, she can sort of look up and see, but she also, once she runs forward, she has to remember that the yellow and the pink are behind her, okay? Grace, we're gonna try a few of these. Ready, go. Yellow. Perfect, good. Ready? Go, pink. And you can mix it up on them, right? Sometimes they might keep thinking about, oh, they won't call pink that early, but obviously it's still something that is in play, okay? Last one, here we go. Ready, go. Red. Good. Cool, perfect. So nice and easy sort of vector change of direction exercise that we like to use, utilizing different angles, which is, again, is super, super important to really get patients comfortable with as much as possible. And I really like this one just because you can get a whole lot of reps in, just work on a whole bunch of different angles. And as always, you can throw in a different stimulus. You can try and add some sort of visual component. If you had like the tablet up, having them look at the color, look at a different color, adding a ball toss. There's different ways to make this exercise a little bit harder. But again, for the purpose of what we did today was strictly just working on cutting at different angles. So hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you for watching today's video. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I have started an ACL Mastermind group, which is a program designed for physical therapists, physios, strength coaches, students, and athletic trainers who want to learn more about ACL rehab. It currently holds over 600 videos, and has over 500 members with new videos added every single month. The videos cover immediate post-op to late-stage sports-specific movements and everything in between. Content specifically also includes rehab complications, treatment philosophies, case studies where you can see my real-life patients, movement assessments, exercise breakdowns so you understand how to properly teach the exercises. The exercises are also arranged by difficulty level for strengthening exercises, plyometrics, balance, and neuromuscular control. Of course, it also covers late stage for movement exercises from structured all the way to randomized and chaotic to mimic more sports-related settings. And lastly, you also learn how to do return to sport testing, which is extremely important, and this what ultimately determines whether or not someone is safe or not safe to return to sports again. There's also questions within the group where you can learn how I engage with patients and their parents of how to answer difficult questions throughout the rehab process, which is inevitable to come up. And lastly, you gain access to a private forum where you can ask questions directly to me and others within the community. We share research articles, we share other equipment and beneficial equipment and things like that. Anything that can come up within the ACL Rehab spectrum, that's where you can ask within the private forum. And lastly, you can also download the app where you can gain access in your respective facilities directly on your phones. If you have any interest, please feel free to click the link below, and I appreciate you watching today's video.